Meet the F-117 Nighthawk, America's original stealth plane. The F-117 Nighthawk, America's original stealth plane with a deeply sinister appearance, is an example of a weapon system designed around the limitations imposed by a promising new technology. The Nighthawk was revolutionary when it entered service in 1983, not that many could appreciate that, as the plane was kept secret from the public for 5 years. When Lockheed rolled out the first 2 prototypes in 1977, the angular aircraft looked like nothing that had ever been seen before or since. Later stealth designs, such as the B-2 Spirit and the F-35, feature curved surfaces. However, the F-117 was designed before there were advanced computers with the calculating power to produce such curved surfaces. Thus, the F-117, alone among stealth aircraft, is distinguished by its faceted, two-dimensional design. The constraints this imposed meant the design was aerodynamically unstable and required sophisticated flight computers combined with quadruple redundant fly-by-wire controls to compensate and keep the aircraft in a flyable state. The Blue prototypes earned the nickname Wobbly Goblins, and both crashed during the testing process. The Air Force was nonetheless encouraged by their effectiveness at evading radar detection and gave the go-ahead to produce a production aircraft designated the F-117. The use of a model number over 100 was an anachronism, and for years, the public assumed the top-secret stealth fighter to be designated F-19. For this reason, you can find 1980s-era F-19 model kits, toys, and even a computer game. The first F-117A rolled off the production line in 1981. In all, 64 were built through 1990, including 5 YF-117 prototypes, at a program cost of $111 million per plane. The production aircraft's handling was reportedly more forgiving than its predecessors. In addition to its reflective surfaces, the Nighthawk sported other design features now standard in stealth aircraft, including the use of radar-absorbent iron ball paint magnetically charged so as to reduce the reflection of electromagnetic waves. The F-117's slit-shaped exhaust ports for its F-404 turbofan engines minimize the infrared signature of the exhaust. Communication antennas could be retracted to reduce radar signature, while its weapons, all 2 of them, were stowed in an internal bomb bay. The Nighthawk carried no radar because the radars of the time were easily detected. Obviously, the F-117 wasn't invisible to the eye, so it was painted black and then flown exclusively at night. Despite the F designation for fighter, the F-117 was purely a ground attack plane without any capability to engage other aircraft in combat. Its maximum speed of 623 miles per hour meant it was slightly slower than a B-52 bomber. Its range of 1,070 miles meant that it relied upon aerial refueling, not always an easy thing to arrange for a stealth aircraft at night. It was the first airplane designed and built as a low-observable, stable, and therefore precise platform, said Yancey Mayles, director of the History and Museums Program for Air Force Material Command at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio, and a former F-117 maintainer. It was the marriage of the GBU-27 to the F-117 that had a laser designator in its nose that made it such a precise, deadly platform, Mayles said. It was best demonstrated during Operation Desert Storm, when pilots snuck into Iraq and dropped weapons down the elevator shaft of a central communications building in Iraq. The Nighthawk's internal weapons bays constrained it to carrying just 2 bombs, though to make up for that, they were generally enormous, precision-guided 2,000-pound laser-guided bombs. Given these parameters, the Nighthawk had a very specific mission: to fly unseen into the heart of enemy air defenses and take out critical targets. The first Nighthawk flew on June 18, 1981, and the original F-117A unit, the 4450th Tactical Group, renamed the 37th Tactical Fighter Wing in October 1989, achieved initial operating capability in October 1983. The Nighthawk originally saw combat during Operation Just Cause in 1989, when 2 F-117s from the 37th TFW attacked military targets in Panama. The aircraft was also in action during Operation Desert Shield. Retired Colonel Jack Forsyth remembers being excited when he initially flew a Nighthawk while stationed at Holloman Air Force Base in 1995. It was a unique experience, he said. It's probably the same feeling that a lot of our single-seat F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II pilots feel today. After 25 years of service, the Nighthawk retired on April 22, 2008. Forsyth led the four-ship formation to Palmdale, California, where Lockheed Martin staff said their farewells. "We lowered the bomb doors of each aircraft and people signed their names to the doors," Forsyth said. "It was really just kind of neat. They had designed it, built it, and maintained it for these 25 years, so it really hit home. The industry and Air Force partnership that made Nighthawk great. I think the four of us were just really struck by that and had some really good memories of that flight." The American flag was painted on the entire underside of his F-117 by the maintainers to help celebrate American air power. "I think we all recognized that this was something historic," he said. "We retired an airplane that people still reference today. We really understood that, so it was a sentimental flight to say the least. It was a great weapon system, very stable and easy to fly. It's still a memorable experience." The Nighthawk was officially retired in a ceremony in August 2008 after 25 years of operational service. Why? Because of the entry into service of the F-22 Raptor, a stealth fighter that really is a fighter and can also carry weapons for ground attack. The Nighthawk's radar cross-section is generally given as 0.001 cubic meters, excellent compared to the 5 to 10 cubic meters of a conventional jet fighter. Nonetheless, the Raptor's cross-section is believed to be 10 times better at 0.0001 meters squared. Given the continual improvements made to both low and high bandwidth radars in order to counter stealth fighters, minimizing the cross-section is vital. The Raptor is nearly 3 times as fast as the F-117, is highly maneuverable thanks to its vector thrust engines, and can carry both air-to-air and air-to-ground munitions. The Raptor also has an active electronically scanned array, ASA radar, that can be used while keeping the fighter relatively stealthy. Moreover, the Raptor is less expensive to operate than the Nighthawk, which required more extensive repainting with radar-absorbent coatings. Thus, the F-117 was retired 3 years early to free up money to purchase additional Raptors, of which only around 120 are in operational units. Other stealth aircraft in service include the F-35, a cheaper and less high-performing multi-role fighter than the Raptor that nonetheless boasts superior data links and electronic warfare capabilities. For ground attack carrying heavier bomb loads, there's the B-2 Spirit and the new B-21 Raider. At first, the F-117s were placed in climate-controlled hangars in a condition to be reactivated if needed. A few were even spotted in 2014 flying on test missions. For several decades, the F-117 offered the United States military a unique ability to slip through enemy air defenses and take out high-value targets with its precision-guided bombs. However, the Nighthawk's first-generation stealth technology limited the roles it could fulfill, and decades of advancement have pushed the envelope further in what stealth technology can achieve. The Nighthawk, nonetheless, was the first step in a revolutionary development in modern aerial warfare, and paved the way for the more capable aircraft that will rule the skies of tomorrow.